Okay, let's revisit our unfinished business. And in case you guys are wondering what's the part number for these two aluminum diff cases, here it is right here. Check into this. And yes, I did get it from Sen Racing on their website. Not from eBay, but directly from their website. Including these spider gears as well. Actually, yeah, that's where I actually got their parts from. It's just that they don't show some of their old stock parts, they don't show images, but make sure that the parts number match. That is how I got the parts. Okay, first I'm gonna unlock this monster, and look at this, it's already leaking diff oil. I was already aware of this issue because the plastic diff cases, all boogered up, and it was no good. NFG, as a bug 44 would say. Not freaking good, or not fucking good. Anyway, I'll shut up and get this job done. Okay, versus you guys watching me unscrew this piece of shit. I'm just gonna pause y'all. Just for a little comparison. You guys can slightly see that little crest on the edge of the plastic diff because, yeah, it seems to be a little bit warped. From the naked eye, it doesn't seem as warped, but you guys saw it on my other video when I was having difficulty installing onto this aluminum differential case, and you guys saw that the ring gear or the crown gear was like wobbling a little bit. That means either the holes, actually I am now remembering that the screw holes were stripped, and maybe also the plastic differential case is pretty much warped out as well. So that's why I'm going to be using the aluminum differential cases. I just also want to make sure I capture this. That came out from the plastic diff. So yeah, also a good time to replace it. Alright, a little pro tip. So when you're installing these spider gears, just add a little bit of dab of some diff fluid, just a little dab, and the oil is going to create a lot like a vacuum to prevent these spider gears from falling over. And yeah, so that way, it won't take forever, to put the spider gears in, because it is gonna be a pain in the butt to get them in while the oil, because they're just gonna keep falling over. So yeah, add a little bit of diff fluid, and you'll be fine. And now using some 5,000 weight diff oil. Make sure you're all in frame, because sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. It happened once that I was out of frame a bunch of times because I was actually looking at what I was doing, not realizing that I was out of frame. So I apologize for that. Make sure that I'm capturing this on camera. Just move the diffs just a little bit, just to get the air bubbles out. Okay, a little more. I think I should be good somewhere there. Just a little bit, let the oil sit a little bit. Just compressing a little, I'll press it down a little bit because it keeps popping off. I think I should be good somewhere there. Okay, this is how a freshly rebuilt diff looks like. A side note, if this is your first time rebuilding diffs, listen carefully. Don't you ever dare use RTV gasket as thread locker. Trust me, I've done this before, back when my Savage was like a Savage Flux, had like a standard diff or not. I didn't know any better, so I was like, what will happen if I add RTV gasket on the screws as a thread locker, see what happens? Well, my diff fell apart in minutes. That's what happened. So always use a blue thread locker for your diffs. Or probably green, but stay away from red thread locker, because it's gonna be like if your screws are actually like welded in the diff, then you're gonna be breaking screws. So yeah, please don't make that mistake. Okay, and alright, so for the grand finale, will this diff fit onto this aluminum casing? That is the question. My guess is as good as y'all's. So, okay, in with the aluminum catch pins or whatever they're called, or bearing carriers, I think you call them. I actually never seen this before, but pretty interesting. Okay, drum roll please. Up. Well, would you look at that? Finally! Oh, finally, dude, it's such a relief. I mean, it's a little tight, but... I mean, if you add this thing, oh my gosh, look at that. Hell yeah, that's what I call a success. This little fucker caused a problem. Finally. Oh, I couldn't be any more happier. There's no way to shim this. The tolerance is very tight, but it'll fit. And that's why, guys, using proper tools, actually, I'm sorry, buying the right parts will get you out of trouble. So, that wraps it up here. And in case you guys are wondering, there is nothing to hold this down. I mean, it just opens apart like that. So basically, you're gonna need like an actual bulkhead, like actual shock tower bulkheads to hold this in. That's how it's secured. But anyway, guys, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I call this a success. Now I'm gonna work on the other diff. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's gonna be a monster truck show this coming Saturday. I'm gonna try to take my Savage over there. I'm not gonna let y'all know what this is gonna be, but y'all stay tuned this coming Saturday. This is gonna be so badass. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see y'all on the flip side.